Yeah, for sure. And just because of the format of this event, despite it being over and we know the result is F91 wins, we still want to see the games in case there's some good matches hidden in the final matches, and especially with everyone voting on the Game 7 map. It seems like a shame to have everyone voting on that and not actually see the match played on it. So we're going to keep casting. We're going to go through all 7 games.
Yep, and the next map looks like it's going to be Zodiac, and Zodiac is not a map I would want to play against F91. It's a gigantic map, and I don't know, I can't see any of the builds that Strelok has been using working on this map.
I think Zodiac is traditionally Terran favored TVZ, no? At least in the foreign scene. That's always been my understanding of it, but unfortunately in the Strelok versus F91 scene, I think F91 is just going to have a field day on it, given the open nature of the map. As you said, how far away everything is. And I think this is going to be a runaway victory for F91.
Well, yeah, you're totally right. I believe it actually does balance out to Terran owning Zerg, but I mean, with these two players, with their styles, Strelok is trying to do these really strong attacks, such as Sunken Bus, and with such a long map, I can never see that working against F91 on this map if it didn't work on the other ones.
Yeah, for sure. But I mean, the one match that he did take down was the game on Tau Cross. And the rush distance and openness of Tau Cross is kind of similar to Zodiac. And I think that was more of an error of F91's strategy than, excellent tactical execution by Strelok. So maybe he could take a lesson on that, calm down on the aggression on a longer map like this. And, maybe that would be more effective. I wish my voice could penetrate time and space and I could coach him, but unfortunately that's not the case. So we're going to move on. This is Game 6 of Liquibition 28, Strelok against F91. F91 is at the 3 o'clock position with Orange Zerg, and Strelok opening up with White Terran at the 9 o'clock position.
So Strelok is just about as far away from F91 as he could be, and therefore any sort of sunken busting strategies that you would want to try, any sort of 8-raxing you would want to try, this is pretty much as bad as it could get, position-wise. So I'm liking where F91 is right now.
Well, ironically, I'm hoping that kind of coaxes Strelok into playing a more defensive macro-based game once he realizes their cross position and doesn't kind of move out with this unbridled aggression. We haven't seen him open up with a defensive expansion all series.
Yeah, I think Strelok always keeps his Terran vs. Zerg a little bit more on the aggressive side. That's what I've always seen whenever I watch him play. And again, I'm kind of pointing out that, it is his weakest matchup, and I think that's why he does it. It's easy to play an aggressive game. You have to really have a lot of knowledge about a matchup to play a defensive game in it.
Very true. And I think against kind of a cookie cutter style of Zerg, that aggressive style can catch them off guard. Maybe they're not familiar with it, they don't have the experience. But we've seen F91 shift his build one way or the other, aggressive or defensive. He's gone 9 pool speed, he's gone 3 hatch before pool. He actually, every match, when he knows he's safe, he delays his pool. So, such a smart Zerg, I don't think this aggressive style is going to catch him off guard, and I don't think it's the ideal thing to see here.
Yeah, seriously, if there's one Zerg in the whole world that's good that is not a cookie cutter Zerg, it might be F91. I have never seen any of the builds that he does ever because, they just aren't really that good, but they work out for him. He knows what he's doing with them, and that I think just serves to throw off his opponents a little bit more as well.
Yeah, I'm laughing at your comment because it's exactly what I was thinking, even though it doesn't make sense. The builds are not good, he's just good with them. So I don't know how that situation exactly plays out, despite sitting here watching it, but it does. So we see the drone scout misses at 6 o'clock. Looks like it's going to go home. It's not actually going to go to bottom left. Unless he's scouting for a proxy. It seems strange to send your drone all the way out and then bring it back after missing on one position. And we see with all the SUVs queued up and only one Marine, Strelok is going for one Rax expand. I was going to say he did that without scouting, but now I see the SUV in F91's base. So a very standard and safe build here from both.
Yeah, and Strelok, Excuse me there. I'm really wondering what he wants to try on this map. If he tries another sunken bust, I think that I'm going to have to message him some mean messages, because we've seen enough of that here today. I want to see Strelok do something new in this game, because, you know, trying to walk, you know, 2 groups of Marine Medic across the map before the tech of F91 is done, it is not going to work out here. Look at how long that map is. You know, you said he did win on Tower Cross, but he was trying to do, you know, the LZ Gamer 2 hatch ultra build or something. It was horrible, but I don't know. It seems to me like everything is working in the favor of F91 on this map and in this series.
And just I remember a quote from Idra: "LZ Gamer is terrible until he gets to ultras, and then he is Jadon." So I don't know, for some reason that's popped up in my head. But we see Strelok still on 1 barracks, getting the bunker up to be safe from these Zerglings. And this is the most standard game we've seen from both thus far. One Marine expand, and wow, look at this. The timing of F91 was 12-11, 13-16. So a proper timing from him. Wow, 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 wow. I'm excited to see how this turns out.
Yeah, he isn't screwing around anymore, Strelok. You better hold on to your seat.
For some reason he got, as soon as I said that and passed it over to you, I clicked on the spawning pool and I was like, oh god, Ling speed, what the hell? But then he cancelled it and got layer, so I'm very glad to see that.
Yeah, I don't know, F91, he just rolls dice or something to see what he wants to do. Really bizarre build orders. I don't know how he makes them work so well, but he does. And it looks like Strelok is going to go, look at that, 3 Raxes, quick eBay. Please not another sunken bust. Please.
Well, he is getting that academy before adding the barracks, and he's getting +1, so this seems like a more standard build. Looks like he's decided to slow it down on Zodiac. As we were both analyzing, I think that's the proper play. No second gas here at, oh, just as I say that, there goes the gas. So this could be Muta's, or it could, with no Hydroden, and there's the Hydroden. So apparently in my old age I'm going blind, so we're going to see some sort of lurker opening here from F91 without the 2 gases. Very early, we can't expect to see the normal kind of Hydra upgrades we've seen him do before in ZVT.
And we see that Strelok is going for 4 barracks, so, you know, maybe he's going for one of these powerful 4 barracks builds where you just pressure the Zerg, keep them off of 3 gas. Those have gotten pretty popular in the past 8 months or so in the foreigner scene. You know, not really a great build, though, for very high-level play. It's just kind of a every now and then build. But, you know, Strelok, he likes to make a ton of Marines against F91 at least. I really wish that he would, you know, play a more standard game here, though. This type of build order we've already seen is not working against F91.
Especially with the terrain of this map on the inside expansions. If F91 plays a slow tactical match where he can use lurkers to control positionings, Strelok is going to have such a hard time, especially trying to break through lurkers without land latency. It's, you know, next to impossible. I guess the only thing he has to rely on here is he's getting relatively quick upgrades. We see no evolution chamber yet for Zerg, but with a lot of lurkers coming out, if he gets positioned on Strelok, either at this bridge outside of his natural or, you know, at another base, it's going to be next to impossible for Strelok to do anything about it.
Yeah, you know, he's still not even started a factory. He's getting the range. He's already got stim. He's waiting on this +1, just pumping a ton of units. And, well, looks like a bunch of lurkers are morphing outside of F91's natural expansion, so you can basically just burrow those, and he is just safe as could be, you know, just sitting back, watching those Marines being useless. So I don't know, this is kind of risky from Strelok, and it's not going to pay off this time, I think.
Yeah, for sure. Strelok moving forward. There's kind of an opportunity for hold lurkers here. I don't know if, are those in range? I think they are. Oh, good God. Lord, don't do it, don't do it! Oh God! And that's probably going to be the game. Oh my God.
You know, Strelok is going to have to really hit the vodka hard tonight. That was a painful thing to watch. He has to be very frustrated. Every single thing he's done in this match, F91 has had the answer to, and hold position lurker, one of the most maddening things in the entire universe. Still no factor for Strelok. Oh, he's just finished it up. just making a ton of bunkers, so the advantage is completely and entirely F91's at this point.
Looks like F91 doesn't even care. He's just going to move in. He's just got to take out this one bunker, and then he's going to have positioning on the natural. Strelok doing a good job with 3 bunkers, but just not enough. Those lurkers really tearing into those Marines, and Strelok can now F91 can now leapfrog behind. He's got access to the mineral lines. Oh, looks like this bunker is hitting if he can get a scan off. No scan? Does he have scan? 18, 20. Oh, no scan. That is heartbreaking. I just feel so bad for Strelok.
Yeah, to be honest, I can't even believe that F91 burrowed there. That was just bad. Why would he burrow there? He knows it's in range of the bunker. You can't tell if Terran has 1 scan left. If you can, why aren't you in Korea? You know, a little bit lucky right there. And Strelok, I don't know. If I was him, I'd have a bloody fist from hitting the wall.
Looks like no messing around for F91. He's gonna wait for more units and just move in and finish it, I believe. He was rallying a lot of Zerglings. Looks like Strelok decides to break out before that happens, killing, you know, reasonable micro, killing all the lurkers, and now he's back in the game. You know, he's lost a lot. It's not over, but he's definitely not in a favorable position.
You know, I have to say, I'm a little bit surprised at F91 here. You know, he used up all his lurkers right there. He really slowed down Strelok, especially in the scan and detection department. I'm surprised he didn't take a 3rd base during all of that.
Yeah, I gotta agree. Looking around, like, let's take a look at his natural. There's not a lot of drones there. Maybe 6 drones on minerals, 5 drones on minerals, and he's going towards hive. So, with not many drones, this is probably going to be trying to finish it with some sort of defiler timing, which is going to come out quickly. But again, as we've seen in these rush builds, if Strelok weathers the storm and gets through it, you know, he's going to have a significant advantage here. Dropship coming out now, so that's going to be his answer, some sort of counter harassment to kind of the bludgeoning at the front door that F91 is doing. And now he's moving in with about 8 lurkers. First one gets taken out, the second one gets sniped, and now they're finally getting burrowed. Strelok, move back, buddy. And now he's got to keep leapfrogging those lurkers in. If Strelok lives this, he's going to win the game. He's doing really well. Actually, the tanks are both still alive. Does he have enough scan? That's going to be the key. His scan goes off, but a lot of units getting taken out here. Now a lot of lurkers in the front door, and they have access to that command center again. Meanwhile, in the main of Zerg, those 7 Marines taking everything out. Strelok deciding to siege. He's got another scan, but a lot of Zerglings rallying in. Going to take everything out, and looks like just this bludgeoning front door attack is going to be able to take out Strelok. Marines quickly rallying through, but I don't think he's got another scan. No scan, and those lurkers are just having a field day.
Wow. Well, the drop in the main of F91, he doesn't even care about it, letting it kill everything in there. Wow. I don't know. It looks to me like Strelok is pretty dead here. Just rallying Zerglings up, you should be able to hold on to that positioning on the racks. Strelok's never going to be able to get another unit out to deal with this. Sieging up a tank there, but the Zerglings can easily take that out. And, well, that's if F90 wants to attack the tank. And there he goes with that Zergling. So it looks like Strelok is in a pretty dead position again. This, you know, these games have to be frustrating, but, you know, can he hold on to this? Maybe. If he can clear out that lurker and hold his ramp for a moment, F91 has, like, basically nothing left.
Yeah, I really think Strelok has a shot here. He's moving that lurker forward, trying to finish the game. But with nice micro, Strelok is not looking... Lurker not firing for some reason. He must have given it a move command or something like that. Killing a lot with just a single lurker, but with all the support units dead, you know, Strelok just has to sit here and wait for this to finish. The drop is behind the mineral line. A lurker comes to clean that up, but not many drones for F91. He's got 2 hatch production. We're just waiting for a scan from Strelok. He's only got 2 barracks. This is such a strange build, and he's got 2 vessels queued up. Now he's just running for the hills, running for the SCVs. There's 2 turrets back there, and with all the Marines chasing him, I think Strelok is actually going to weather this, and he's actually going to win. He's dropping those 2 Marines at the natural, taking out a lot of drones, and F91 is not really mining for all intents and purposes.
Yeah, this was a really bizarre game. F91 saw that dropship come, and the first thing it did was fly over the Overlord on the way to his base, but I think he thought the game was over. He got really sloppy there, and now Strelok has somehow pulled out a victory here. I don't know. It seemed like a loss for both players. I guess Strelok just lost slightly less.
For sure. Looks like he forgot to lift his natural command center. That seems to be missing from the game. And with not many minerals in the main, there's only about 200 at each patch on average. That's a little frustrating, but I guess Strelok, all he has to do is attack with this force, and he's got a vessel out. He's basically immune against lurkers, and I mean, is there anything F91 can do at this point? Not in my eyes.
No, F91 right now, 20 supply against Strelok 73. When you have like 3.5 times more supply than your opponent, you normally end up winning.
So, I guess this is kind of a turn of events from the Idris series. In the Idris series, F91 was usually very much the aggressor and would win the game, but in this series it seems to be whoever goes on the aggressive side is just getting taken out. F91 overcommitting himself in this game. He's actually got a radiate in that science vessel, so he can take out one of the lurkers for free with 2 tanks and about a control group and a vessel. There's really not much F91. He's trying to push forward here. This is going to be it, but he's not even in range of the second tank. So not
I
a very
like
good
that burrow.
effort there.
That was
Here,
a beautiful
kill
burrow.
these.
Here's my lurkers. Why don't you kill them with your tanks? Thank you. And so Strelok picks up his second win. Really a messy game right there. I don't even really know how to describe it. Never seen anything quite like that.
Yeah, that was that was very sloppy. I mean, mechanically and tactically, I think it was relatively clean. Both players, controlling their armies very, very effectively and attacking properly. But the strategy behind the tactics made little to no sense. All it took for F91 to seal that victory was a lurker in his main, maybe 4 Zerglings and a lurker or a sunken colony. But instead he's losing his entire hive and losing the game from that.
Yeah, we've seen in previous games that he looks at the minimap quite well. He was catching a lot of Strelok's movements before, but this game he had seen that dropship a couple times with overlords and such, so I'm really surprised he didn't just make some extra Zerglings in his main base and fend that off, because, I mean, that would have been a 100% victory at that point, but, to be fair to F91, he's already won this series. These games don't matter to him any longer, aside from Pride, so, maybe that has something to do with it.
And I mean, I've been in positions like that where I've broken through the natural and I feel like the game is all but over. I don't have time to stop the attack because I'm only on 2 bases, and if I stop to defend my main, by the time I get the attack going at his natural again, it'll be too late. So that may have something to do with what he was thinking. He figured, if I can keep this attack going, the game is all but over. So he knew the drop was coming, but just ignored it. That may have been what happened. But now we are moving to a disappointing 7th map. I don't know why this was voted the 7th map by the users, but this is going to be Destination.